say Shechiyah on the last day of Pesach. It's not new anymore. And it's the same
Right.
holiday. That's why you don't say Shechiyah on the last day of Pesach. So the status is the same as a regular day. Anything that's lowered the status, we don't want to make sure, we don't want Chol Hamoed to be holier than the last day of Pesach, so we make it all from Chol Hamoed on the same
Right.
day.
Right.
But
You
I
might
still have
ask,
to check.
why is it Kodesh?
It is, because the Torah says, by Yom
Right.
Rishon, by Yom Shvi.
Right.
That the Torah says, first day and seventh day is holy.
Right, but you might ask, why does it say that? Why does the Torah say that? Since it would seem that it's not special for any reason.
Well, maybe that's why
Seems
it's telling
just
you.
like Chol Hamoed. So why does the Torah say
No,
it's
because you can't do work.
Kodesh?
So it has to be so.
Yeah, but the question is why? Why does the Torah say you can't do any work? The first day I understand.
I got it that way. What is this?
There should be some insight we can gather from that. It's not the day we cross the Ram Sam Su. It's not any special thing happened like that.
Ron, would it upset you if I put some Oreos out on the table?
So what?
Some Oreos out on the table?
Please, by all means, I'll eat it. Don't worry.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't want you to look mad at you because
I'm not
I forced
passing
you.
the show, don't worry.
You're
Okay,
putting a
good.
stumbling block.
That's what
I.
exactly. That's what I was thinking. I shouldn't have asked him then. My bad.
Yeah, you don't ask the blind person.
I asked the wrong
I'm
guy.
going to put this rock in front of you, mister.
We don't have any Nosh. The snack bar has some stuff to put in there. We'll come out.
Okay, good morning, this is Rabbi Shlomo, first here, Yeshiva Tsama Nafshi, here in Yerushalyim, HaKodesh. We're learning Avos now, but we're going to take a quick jump to the Mishnah Berurah Hilchos Pesach. Amram just mentioned, but if I'm not mistaken, the Mishnah Berurah mentions here. Take a look here in Hilchos Pesach, Taf Tzadi, take a look at the Mechaber there. We have the Mechaber in Sif Daled. Would you like to read that for us?
Kol hayamim shall
Cholu shel moed. Cholu shel moed.
cholo shel moed.
Right, that's the intermediary days of the HaKodesh Pesach.
All the days of chol moed. Ushnei yamim, and the 2 days akaronim afterwards.
Meaning that those are the 2 days of Yom Tov at the end of Pesach. It's talking about in the Chutz La'aretz, right? They have Yom Tov, Shmini Shel Pesach, and then Shmini if you're in Chutz La'aretz. So all it
Shel Yom Tov. Korin, we read Leo b'dirug kamo b'rosh chodesh. We read Halel dirug is a less.
by skipping, with skipping.
Like we do on Rosh Chodesh. So that means it's what we call the half holiday.
We call that another way you can refer to that as half Chalav right now. See the Mishnah Berurah in Sifkat and Zayin.
Okay, wait a second. Let me just review what I just read.
No
So,
problem.
all the days of Chol Moed and the last 2 days, we say the half hollow. Okay, got it. All right, now what do you want me to do?
Sifkat and Zayin.
Zion.
So it's the same reason.
Hold on.
It's the same
Ko-
reason.
Korin
To go back to the board.
Hahalel B'Bilug Kulei. We read the half Hallel, etc. Mipnei she'b'yom Shiv'a shel Pesach. Because on the 7th day of Pesach, Nit Ba'u who meets Hamitzrim, the Mitzrim were died.
They drowned. Yitvu, they were drowned.
They drowned.
Right, since on the 7th day of Pesach, the Egyptians drowned. And
So that was the 7th day.
Yeah.
Okay. Amar HaKodesh Baruch Hu, Maaseh Yadai Tov'in Bayam. The acts of my hand were good by the sea?
The acts of my hand, meaning
Or drowning in the sea.
my creations are drowning in the sea.
Va'atem omrim shira
That's like a question.
Lefanai, and you're singing before me. So there's my raya that they didn't ask, because he's saying you're singing. You're singing already.
That's what I didn't put two and two together, so I have to go back and start studying it again.
Hold on.
Who's already singing? The angels or the people?
The angels.
They-
Okay.
Okay, we'll see.
Thank you.
We're going to get to it. Doesn't
Kevan, and since Sheba Shavi'i Ein Omrim Oso, and since that on the 7th we don't say it, meaning we don't sing, I guess.
You're not going to say, since we're going to sing the Hallel on the 7th day of Pesach, which is a Yom Tov, right?
Al Kain, therefore, B'chol Hamoed Gam Kain Ein Omrim Oso. So therefore, also on Chol Hamoed, since on the last day we don't say the full Hallel because Hashem was unhappy with the angels singing. Therefore, we don't say it on Chol Hamoed. Shelo yiyeh adif miyom tov acharon. That it should not be adif.
It should be better.
Better Yom Tov
from more than the Yom Tov Acharon. Meaning the fact that we're not saying
the Yom Tov at the end.
right. So since we're not saying Hallel, we're not saying Shira on Yom Tov Acharon, because that was the day that the Egyptians were drowning in the sea, and Hashem said to the Malach and Shros not to say Shira. So okay, so that's on the Yom Tov Acharon. But why don't we say it on Chol Hamoed? Because we don't want, because if you would say Hallel on Chol Hamoed, it would appear as if Chol Hamoed is more important, more chashiv, more significant than the Yom Tov itself. So we want to avoid that. So therefore, since we don't say on the Shvi'i, the 7th day of Pesach, we don't say on the Chol Hamoed either. Okay. So now,
Okay.
good.
So that's the source that Amram was saying. Everybody knows.
Right, because that's the Mishnah Berurah says, and as we know also, if I'm not mistaken, it's Tosfos, the Gemara's, it also has to do with the Karbonos. It has to do with the Karbonos. It's not like Sukkot. On Sukkot, you explain why in each and every day are we going with the Hallel on Sukkot, right? Because each and every day is a different Hallel, a new Yom Tov, a new Korban, because it's every day you bring a different Korban, it's like a new Yom Tov, so you say a new Hallel. And that's, we can chaj it over again, there should be elected, we saw in the previous sheet, explaining this as well. So why does everyone bring this reason down and not the reason of the Korbanos, right? I could say perhaps, since, even though it's true, that's the way it is in essence, however, the Bizman Hazeh, what's Nogea for us, since we're not bringing Korbanos, right? So if people would start asking, we didn't say it, right? Because we're not doing Korbanos anyway on these days, so maybe we should stop saying Hallel entirely, right?
Well, we're not doing them, or we're just bringing the same one?
Well, there is no Beis Hamikdash, there is no Korbanos, so therefore,
now you're saying.
right now, that reason was very appropriate when we had a Beis Hamikdash, right? And that's exactly what was happening when we were in the Beis Hamikdash. Nevertheless, now we have no Beis Hamikdash, we're not bringing Korbanos. So, true, in theory, if there would be a Beis Hamikdash, if there would be Korbanos brought, so those days would be only saying the Hallel on the first day of Pesach, because the Korban remains standard throughout the whole of the rest 6 days of Pesach. So that's maybe why the question is Mishnah Berurah is bringing this reason now, right? Why doesn't he bring the other question, the point of the Korbanos? It's true, right? But how that's not so relevant to us. So perhaps maybe that's why most people, as Amram said, ask anybody, will tell you because of the Mitzrayim, the Egyptians drowning in the sea. Not the point about the Korbanos, but they're both true. They're both true.
We have the source for the Korbanos.
Yeah, it's a Gemara. It's Tosfos brings it down. If you want, we can look into that. I mean, that's the mice of the Yeshiva we elected. We can conjure it over again. All right.
Thank you.
Sure. Amram, you want to read that for us?
Both a leket?
Yeah.
Rosh Chodesh, Inyan Rosh Chodesh Siman Kufay Dalet. Yerushalyim Besukkah, Yerushalyim Besukkah, Rabbi Yossi Bar Bun, B'Shem Rako, Bar Memal, Lama Korin et Halo Kol Shiva Yemei Achad Keneged Alula Shu Mitchadesh Kol Shiva. The reason that we say Hallel all 7 days of Sukkot is because every time we take the lulav, it's like it's something new all 7 days.
So that's the Yerushalmi. The Yerushalmi brings it completely different. I think the Bible brings because of the point of the Korbanos. But the Yerushalmi is saying because lulav is a new mitzvah each and every day. Okay.
The Midrash Haninu Parshat Sukkah, V'chein Ata Motzeh Kol Sheva Yemei Chag Anu Gormim Et Hallel. And also you find that on Sukkot you finish the Hallel, but on Pesach we don't finish the Hallel.
What do you mean finish the Hallel?
We don't say the whole Hallel.
It's only half
Hallel. It's considered half Hallel. I don't know why, because we only skipped 2 paragraphs, but okay,
yeah,
I'm not arguing that one. Ela Yom Rishon Ve'Leilo, only the first night, the first day. V'lama Shmuel ben Abba Omer ben Nofel Vechal Tisma. Shmuel ben Abba says, because when your enemies fall, don't be happy. Lefi Shenitbeu Boa Mitzri, because the Mitzrim got hit. The Lama Gomer Ma'at Chanukah.
I think they were drowned.
They were drowned. Okay. The Lama Gomer Mital B'Chanukah. So why do we do Hallel Chanukah? Matzati Atam B'Shem.
Why do we do what?
Why do we say a full Hallel on Hanukkah? That's the question.
Hanukkah, okay.
This is the question. If you're going to say we don't say it on Pesach because the Mitzrayim were dying,
So why?
that's what I said. On Hanukkah we do. Well, what about those poor Greeks and their elephants? They were all dying,
Yeah.
right? Poor elephants.
Matzati Atam B'Shem Rabbeinu Shlomo Zatzal. Found read for Rabbeinu
I
Zatzal.
think that might be Rashi.
A Russian.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
We say the full holiday every day of Hanukkah?
Yes.
Every
Every
day.
day.
Every day.
That's the longest time we say full holiday throughout the whole year, and then not only that, everyone amongst the Jewish people was saying a full holiday with our tefillin on. You never see that in that.
What?
Holiday with tefillin. Rosh Chodesh, go through the whole year, right?
You take off your tefillin?
No, we say it with. We say it with.
Oh, you say with.
When do you say? When does everyone say it with? When does everyone say a full holiday with tefillin? Only on Hanukkah.
That's right.
Because when do we say full holiday on Yom Tov? No one's wearing a tefillin.
That's right. Yeah.
And a Holomoid Sukkos, Ashkenazi don't do it. The Sephardim, do you say you put on with tefillin on Sukkos? No. But your other brothers that they.
No Sephardim puts on tefillin.
You sure?
That's only a Nusach Hashkenaz. Only Nusach
You
Hashkenaz.
sure?
I'm positive. There's maybe one time I saw a Yemenite in America put him on, and he told me he's a Yemenite, he puts him on, and I checked into it, and no other Yemenite that I found puts him on.
Okay.
We don't, I mean, if there is something different, I wouldn't know, but not in our
Also, I
culture.
don't know so for customs either. Okay.
I know there are some Ashkenazim who do put it on.
So,
Yeah, but not in Israel. In Israel, they tell him to
I
say,
know
come on.
there was a halakha that was learned when I was present that you have to divide the shul. They have to be like in a separate room.
Right.
So they just like would put up in the mechitza and they go on the women's side because they had the tefillin and
it was just God.
they didn't want them mixed together in the same group.
Okay, mitach shehi chaluka benerotea kol yom vayom, because it's divided. Chaluka
It's separate, like a separate. I mean, each day is like a separate day. Each
because
day
of
is
the candles.
You have to give a reason why we say for Hallel, right, on Hanukkah. Meaning, according to the basis of what we're learning here, on Hanukkah we shouldn't be saying Hallel because of our victory. Because of our victory, those poor Greeks and their elephants had to die. So the reason we do say a full Hallel is because of the Ner is being increased each day, and it gives each day a significance of being a separate Yom Tov in and of itself. And that's where there's no korban. Hanukkah, there's no concept of Hanukkah.
That's right.
So the Ner of Hanukkah and the Lulav and Esrog of Sukkot.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
So
very,
far.
very good.
Chaluk mishel fanav, it's divided in front of it. Kehevei kechad shechaluk b'kornatav. It's like on on Sukkot, it's divided by the korbanot. V'achei Rabbi Yamin Narav Piresh. He said the reason is Atam the mi gomrim. No, lama gomrim ala shiva Chanukah. Why do we do the full halal on Chanukah? Sharei nes nichadesh b'chol yom v'yom, because the miracle happened every single day. When the Greeks entered the Beit HaMikdash, they made tamei all the oils. And when the elected king of the Chashmonaim spread his hand, they found a small oil with the seal of the Kohen Gadol. Shayu ra'ui la'adlik mimenu yom echad. There was enough to write one day. V'naseh lahem nes, and there was miracle happened. V'yidliku mimenu shmoneim. They delayed 8 days. Im kein yom v'yom nitchadesh nes. So you saw every single day was a new nes. V'achidushan shel nes anu gormim et hala b'chol yom. And because of this thing happened.
So that's what he's saying.
So basically, so you were saying like this. Sukkot we put on the side because that's different korbanos.
Good.
Hanukkah we're saying we killed the Greeks so much because we had a nace, so therefore that we could have. On Pesach we're saying that if you can't follow, let me know.
I'm following so far.
Okay. On Pesach what
You
we're
have my
saying.
attention.
Pesach we're saying that we don't the first days, but because from the second day on, because the korbanos are the same, we don't do it. On Hanukkah, even though they killed the Greeks, and quite a bit of Greeks from what we read, they still are happy. So Pesach, we're saying we can't be happy because of the Greeks.
Right.
But because of the Egyptians. We're saying Pesach is because of the Egyptians.
Right.
But we see that that's not real. That's not the total answer, because on Hanukkah we are happy that it happened. So the only thing that I'm willing to accept, only because I have a problem not being happy. It's a personal thing. As a Jew born in an Arab country, I see an Arab guy trying to kill a Jew. I'm very happy about it. So I have to make sure that I'm not sinning. So I'm sorry if I'm taking you guys out of this. I'm being the honest truth. I'm being very personal on this. So we see that even though the Jews killed a tremendous amount of Greeks, okay, we can still be.
Don't forget the elephants.
Okay, and we're still very happy about this, right? We're still very happy. So the difference is
the Yam Suf was Chadam Hashem.
That's correct. All by Hashem. We didn't do anything.
Chanukah, we did it.
We did.
with the hands of Hashem.
Right. But so the question is, how could we say Hallel, a full Hallel on Hanukkah, right? When the Malachim...
There wasn't a real open mace.
So okay. So I think we have to. There are at least 3 things going on here. Okay. Again, the basic question, which is we're trying to understand that, and then therefore understand something else, is when do we have a right to say a full Hallel? Right. What gives us a right to say a full Hallel? Okay. So apparently we don't have a right to say a full Hallel when there's destruction. When it's destruction, we don't have a right to say a full Hallel. Okay? That's number 1. However, in spite of the fact that there might be destruction, right? For example, on the first day Pesach, right? We say a Hallel, right? Isn't that that's the same time when the Makkos Bechoros was taking place, correct? Right?
What did you just say? What did you just say?
Day before.
It was
Definitely the first
Day before.
we were marked with the Korban Pesach on Yud Daled. We ate the Korban Pesach on.
Oh, you're right, because it wasn't. That's right.
Makkos Bechoros was the same time.
That's right.
So why did the Kadosh Baruch Hu speak up the Malachim? We say a full Hallel. Ask yourself another question. Makkos Bechoros. Why do we say? Why say a full Hallel?
Yes, he's giving me a. Sorry.
Okay.
We didn't say it.
We certainly were. At the time, we couldn't go out of our houses. So I said to Moshe Rabbeinu, tell the Jewish people, don't step outside your house. If you step outside, the mashkis, the baldover, the angel of death is out there in the streets, and you stay in your house.
Right, so we didn't see it. That's why we can say full hollow, because We witnessed it at the Yam Suf.
It says, the pasuk says, the cries in Mitzrayim,
And we're so great, greater than all the other men.
you could hear them
We heard
scream.
it, but we didn't see it.
So, same thing, you know?
Seeing is believing.
Oh, they saw it the next day. They came out of the house.
No, the next day they left.
Yeah, they came out of the house. and they-
Hurry.
Yeah, they
The
were.
matzah didn't have time to rise.
Trust me, they gave all this stuff to get out of here. You know, they knew what was going on. Okay, they knew what was
They
going
knew,
on.
but they didn't
All right,
see it.
wait.
On the way out, we saw them burying their dead.
All right, so we
Yeah, it
got,
says that later on in Devarim it says that when they were coming out, that's where you learned to have covered a mace from the Egyptians. In the Devarim, I forgot where, that talks about that that they didn't come after Bnei Yisrael because they were busy burying their mace. I think that somewhere in the Devarim, I have to look it up.
Okay, so we have another question. We have another
So we
question.
have
Why,
another question.
why do we say for Hallel on the first day Pesach? Because Matus Bechoros, the Mitzrayim were dying, right? Okay, maybe not all of them, like
According to every house had at least one,
At
if
least
not
one.
5 or 6.
Yeah,
Okay, and
yeah.
the house that didn't have, the oldest
Right,
one died.
right.
So every house
We heard
had
the screams,
that's
they were
right.
screaming out.
Every house had something.
right?
Right?
so is there an answer to that question?
No, we have to look it up.
Okay, so destruction is no full Hallel, but we're saying, wait a second, first night of Pesach.
There was
Okay,
destruction.
what about the second example? What's next?
Hanukkah.
Okay,
Hanukkah. They wiped out the Greeks, right?
Right, we have to, so we have to, so the Shabbat Halekhet has to give an answer why we say a full Hallel on Hanukkah. So if that answer is, right, that
The
we say it because of the
oil,
nace, not
that's right.
because of
Oil,
the victory,
that's right.
because of the oil. There was a nace every day,
That's right.
right? Right. And on Sukkot we have, we don't have any destruction. There's no destruction, and you have also we have the korbanos.
Right.
You have the korbanos. All right, so
No, he brings
Hanukkah is
it.
even worse because it wasn't just the Greeks. There were also many Jews who were killed.
also
That's right.
Jews
It was a
also.
civil war.
That's right.
Correct.
That's right.
Correct. You're right.
You were bigger one.
So we're being happy with the destruction not only of the Greeks but also of our own.
We say, don't we say, what do we say in Alan Yisim? Right? We say in Alan Yisim, we go straight down the list. Right? We say as follows.
what was the second thing for Hanukkah?
Why we say it?
First of all, Hanukkah there was
It's
no
a new light each day,
A new light.
and there was the second thing.
There was, he mentioned that
Oil.
there was the
That was
The
the
miracle of the oil.
That's right.
and it goes,
Okay.
each day is new. It's not the miracles each day.
That's right.
Renewed each day.
Every day was renewed because only oil for one day, so it was renewed every day.
Right, we say here that the HaKodesh Baruch Hu, Amarta, we say about HaKodesh Baruch Hu, Amarta Lahem Be'etz Rasom, he stood by them, meaning us, at the time of our distress. Rav Esrivam, Dantes Dinam, the Kamtes Nikmasam, Masarta, Diburim Biad Chalashim, Rabim Biad Ematim, right? Tumeim Biad Tohorim, Ushoim Biad Tzedikim, V'Zeidim Biad Oslik Soroseka. We're referring to a lot of Jews here.
Right.
So why are we so happy? We may be even killing out our own people.
And they party every night, Hanukkah, yeshivas and all that. So
Oh,
it's not like it's just a private party. They're parties, so that's why it's a very big thing.
Right.
All right, we gotta check it out.
Okay, so let's just to review again, so we'll refresh. Let's look quickly on our new sheet. That was the sheet we elected for last week's sheet. Look again. We'll just review this quickly again. Dalid on the first page. Dalid. Yeah, Lou, you want to read that one there?
Ika
Eicha,
Rav.
that's Eicha Rabbah in the Pesifta. That's the Medrash Rabbah is a Medrash as well on the Megillus of Eicha, which is right on Tisha B'Av, and then there's a Pesifta, there's a preface Medrash, many of them, it's quite large as a matter of fact, and amongst the Pesichas, amongst the prefaces, they have the Maimer Reish Lakish, Amar Reish Lakish.
Amar Reish Lakish. B'shlosha Mikomos Bakshu Melachei HaShares. 3 places the angels are chastised.
No, in three situations they sought, they desired.
The angels
Like
desired.
Bakasha is a request. Picture, they requested, or they wanted, yeah.
To Lomar Shira, to sing. Bifnei HaKodesh Baruch Hu, in front of God. Velo ha-vichan, and they were not allowed. Ve'eluhein, and these are them. The door hamavul, the generation of the flood. Uvayam uvchorban, uvayam, and at the sea. Uvachorban beis hamikdash, and the destruction of the beis hamikdash. So there were three. According to Rish Lakish, there were 3 times that the angels wanted to sing and they were not allowed to, and those were when the entire world except for Noah and his family were killed, when the Egyptians were killed at the sea, and when the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed.
Right.
So why did they want to sing when the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed?
Okay, so that's the question, right? And the answer is I looked this up this morning. The Meforshim on that Medrash Rabbah say that the Malachei Yeshua sing regularly, right? They have a regularly scheduled shira that they sing to Kadosh Baruch Hu, right? At night they sing shira to Kadosh Baruch Hu, right? And it's regularly scheduled. It's on their agenda, on their calendar. Every day they sing to Kadosh Baruch Hu. In these 3 instances, the Kadosh Baruch Hu told him, "No, you're not going to sing. You're not going to sing." They weren't singing because of the Korban Abayis. They weren't singing because of the Mabul. They weren't singing because of the Mitzrayim being drowned in the sea. They were supposed to sing, like they're supposed to sing every day. But Hashem said, no, today you're not going to sing. Today's not appropriate to sing.
What day is that? Teshuvah?
The Korban Abayis, yeah. That's one of them. And the date of the Mabul, we know the date of the Mabul when it began. Mar Cheshbon, if I'm not mistaken, according to HaKodesh, it's going to be more, I'm sure. And then the date of the Mitzrayim Tobu B'Yam, they drowned in the sea, you also know that date, Shvi Shal Pesach. So they wanted to, because that was their general obligation to sing Shira to HaKodesh Baruch Hu. And Hashem said, no, today we're going to be quiet, it's not appropriate to say Shira. Right? It's not that they wanted to go and be especially happy over the Mabul, be especially happy over the Egyptians dying in the Yam Suf, and to be especially happy, Has V'Shalom, after the Korban Abayis.
So
Right?
it wasn't that they wanted to sing with the Bnei Israel. It was just that they wanted to sing their regular singing.
That's right. And from that we can understand, we'll go into a little more detail, from that we can understand why that's not a difficulty for much more Cotton's teaching. Al Tismach, right? Don't be happy over your friend's downfall, because you're seeing him being down, having distress, right? And because of that, you're being happy and you want to be rejoicing over that. That wasn't the case with the Malachim. The Malachim were going to sing their regular shira. That's their job. Well, what's today's agenda?
I don't think it was a regular shira.
No, that's what they say. It was they sing every day.
Every day. But they ask, because according to what I read,
You're going to have to show me Bikshu. Who says Bikshu?
They asked it to me.
No, so that's not a steer. They said, look, this is a very unusual day. Meaning, even though it's on our agenda to sing shira today, they themselves had a suffix.
They have to sing their own shira every day. This was an extra shira, but they were happy.
No, that's what I just told you. That's
not the way I understood it.
The Meforshim say, you look at the Meforshim, right? That they would sing a regular shira.
Right, I agree with that. Right.
And they were told not to sing their regular shira. And not only that, the Bikshu, why would, normally, again, I'm not up there, I don't see what goes on normally, so I don't know, right? Bikshu, I don't think normally ask Rishus to Kadosh Baruch Hu, can we sing our regular shira?
Yeah.
Maybe they do, I don't know.
No,
It says it every day in Davening.
They give permission this for this.
No, that's mizeh, but not after the Rebbeinu Shalom.
So Adrabah, you just answered your question, because Bishop is to say the regular shira. But if they want to say an extra shira, they had to ask from the Rebbeinu Shalom.
Right, but that's not what the Meforshim said. We'll take a look at the Meforshim. We're going to say on this medrash that they're talking about their regular shira.
Okay.
Right?
I'm going to argue with Amram.
Okay.
Please do.
Kol v'chomer, if they ask each to the other one, can I have permission?
Yeah.
They have to ask Hashem, can I have permission?
No, they ask Hashem permission. They ask each other permission to praise God every day. But when you want to say something that's not your regular thing, then you have to ask Hashem, because that's not your regular prayers.
I understand, but I'm saying kol v'chomer. I'm giving you a kol v'chomer argument. Why every day they have to ask Hashem permission?
Well, I never heard of
You're going to ask your friend permission. Then
I never heard of the
you have to ask Hashem.
That, from the way I read davening, I don't understand it that way. But
Okay, but we can look into what it means with
Okay.
those words mean in davening. We have to understand we say every day also. That's worthwhile understanding. Say it every day, it's worthwhile
So the
understanding.
why
reason
would
that
the
it's okay
members
for-
bring? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go
The
ahead.
reason that it's okay for the Bnei Yisrael to sing is because they're not expressing happiness at the death of the Egyptians. They're expressing happiness at the kavod of Hashem.
Their salvation, they were being saved, their salvation. So it's proper to say praises to HaKodesh Baruch Hu because of Him saving us.
It immediately happened to you.
Immediately happened to us. Happened to me because we were saved. They had to go, but
So according to these are the only 3 times they asked for Shira.
oh, so that's another thing. Bikshu, that I don't know if you can
That's
remember
what I'm
that
saying.
only 3 times.
That's what I'm saying. So every day they don't ask. That's what I'm saying. So they asked on these 3 specific times because they were out of the ordinary. Because there was a lot of other times that you can say that you wouldn't say Shira
Right,
also.
but why would they think to say Shira?
Because they saw us.
Why would they want to say Shira?
I
on the
can't answer for
Korban
carbon advice, but I can answer you.
Mabul.
Mabul, yeah, because Mabul, everybody, the whole land. They said the whole, to 3 tzvachim from the land was gone.
They're happy that the whole world's being destroyed?
They didn't want the world. They didn't want us to have the Torah. Of course.
I don't know. I think this world has
And
a
why
lot
they
to do with what's going on up. This is a part of the unit. This is part of Hashem's
But they
plan.
still argue with Moshe, right? When he wanted to take the
to
Torah.
give them Torah, that's something else.
But that's the ikar of the world. Without Torah, you don't have anything.
No, it's like that's like you have a king with a daughter. So who's going to get the daughter? The Moshe Rabbeinu's going to get the daughter. The Malachim are going to get the daughter. So, but we'll work on it some more. Don't worry, we're not done with
I'm
this.
not worried. I'm worried. Baruch Hashem, I'm worried. The other thing is that by I know specifically Rabbi Weiss mentions this, that by the Yam they asked and they were told no, and the reason they were told because you ask, you don't have to say. Bnei Yisrael did it out of love for Hashem. They didn't have this love because they didn't go through it, and that's why they weren't allowed. But all the other times that you say this, I can understand it. But that doesn't mean that they ask every day permission to do what their job is.
That I don't know. That I know.
Okay, well, check it out.
That's Hashem.
Didn't we learn that the angels can't do a thing until we do it first?
That's also true. That's
So they have to
more.
ask for Shem permission if we don't grant it to them
We
regularly.
don't grant it.
No. Through our prayers, that activates what they do. That's what we learned the other day. Right? They can't say a thing until we initiate. Okay, so if they want to do something in heaven that we're not initiating, they got to ask Hashem.
Well, on 2 out of 3,
You can't do anything
on
without
1 out of 3, Bnei Yisrael did initiate, right? In the Yam, Bnei Yisrael said Shira. The other 2, they didn't. And during Noah's Ark, we weren't there, Bnei Yisrael. And the destruction of the temple, they were happy because Bnei Yisrael was sinning. So, I mean, it makes sense that that's why.
There's something that you said that I don't think is correct. You said if we have not enabled them, then they have to ask Hashem. But they can't. We have to enable them. There's no mechanism for Hashem to grant them permission to do anything unless we have enabled it. So what do we do each day that enables them to sing?
So we say this. We say the
Sure,
Kedusha.
that's right.
We say the
Kedusha.
That enables them to say Kedusha, but
Right.
what about singing?
So I think Mr. Shah is asking for more in Rosh Hashanah. There, the Malachim say, well, look, I'm not quoting the Gemara correctly. I have to try and look at it, find it inside. That the Malachim ask the HaKodesh Baruch Hu, hey, it's Yom Tov today, it's Rosh Hashanah, and the Jews aren't singing Shira. So what are we supposed to do? And so HaKodesh Baruch Hu says to them, what? The Svarim, Shachayim, the Maves, Posek, Lifanai, that the Svarim of life and death are open in front of me, and the Jews are going to sing Shira. This is a time of judgment. This is not a time to sing. You don't go into court singing. And
Right.
even if you want to bribe the judge, but you don't do it in front of everybody.
Right.
So unfortunately, they asked the question, what did the Malachim think? I mean, you know, they didn't know that it's Yom Adin. We say in the repetition of the Shemona Esrei for Rosh Hashanah, we say that even the Malachim are afraid stiff to their bones if they have them because of the judgment taking place. So what are they asking? What we should say? They weren't afraid, right? That's a whole other thing. We'll have to stop and try and understand that too, perhaps.
So